Welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Axinia.
And I'm Megan Linder.
It's Friday, finally, for us. And today, the University of Kansas posted a news on Twitter as a KU fact that more students are deciding to be Jayhawk. I think that's really cool because I was really excited to be at this school when I was in Johnson County. And even when I moved to this country, I was like, well, I want to be part of this university. And I always was jealous to see all the students driving around that college.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you feel about this.
Yeah,
fact.
I think it's interesting that a lot of people that come to this school are not from Kansas. I'm from Minnesota. It's not that far away, but I really enjoy being in Lawrence, and I think a lot of students are now coming in from other states and even internationally, like you.
Yeah, so. I think we all have to be proud of it. And I talk a lot about, I talk with international students a lot about why they come to this college. And for some reason, they have good reasons for that. They just like the university, they like the programs here. So I think it's pretty cool. And I want to discover more about this university because it's my first semester, and I still want to know what is the thing that attracts a lot of students to come here. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of resources here and a lot of different majors, and I think we'll continue to get better and better as a school as the year goes on.
Yeah, so I've heard also about the parade in Chicago.
Yes, it's very exciting. The Cubs won the World Series 2 nights ago. Did you watch the game?
No, I did not because I'm not a fan of this sport and baseball.
Yeah, I actually stayed up to watch the game. If you didn't know, went into the 10th inning, and it's been a 108-year drought for the Chicago Cubs. So I feel like it's very exciting, even if you're not a fan. I'm not a fan myself, but...
Well, that's going to be a really big event, I know, for a lot of Chicago citizens. And last year, I also attended Royals Parade. Even though I'm not a fan of baseball, I felt like it was a cool event to go with a lot of people and see the pictures, blue pictures. So I think it was really cool. Did you attend it?
I went to the one on Mass Street the night of the Royals winning. But I think baseball is just a sport that brings everyone together, even if you're not a specific baseball fan.
Yeah, especially if somebody wins, if one of the teams wins the World Cup.
Yeah.
World Cup? The
World Series.
World Cup is the soccer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, also, I want to talk about a little bit about social media. And I think nowadays social media becomes really powerful thing. And today I noticed on Snapchat, especially a lot of young generation download Snapchat to post their daily life. But also there's a cool thing on Snapchat when you get to see news or different events like national, internationally. And today Snapchat posted it's kind of like a war, it's a war in Iraq, in the town Mosul. It's the second largest city in Iraq, and it was controlled by ISIS. And forces in Iraq penetrated Mosul on Thursday. And I think it's really cool because I got to see different news, and it was kind of like it was posted from BBC, so it was really cool. I got to see exactly what's going on. It was a real time. It was really sad shots as well. There was a kid who was killed, and that's really broke my heart. But I know everybody stayed up to date.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen that shot on Snapchat, but I still get a lot of news. I look at that every day. But up next, we will have an interview, so keep watching.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back, guys. We're here with our special guest, Alden.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going this morning?
It's going.
Yeah. It's a good morning to be alive,
early.
right?
I guess it's good to be alive. Depends on what your definition of alive is.
Right. If you're Obama's son, it's kind of something that's up in the air.
I'm not Obama's son.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't quite have that resemblance. I mean,
All right. Well, we'll move on from that since that's a sensitive subject. But
I mean, I'm just saying I should have won in 2008. Should have been me.
okay, I agree.
By the way, go vote.
Yes.
Vote,
November 8th.
Yeah, German 2K16. I don't know what my tagline is, but I also don't have a vice presidential running mate. I'll make it Travis, the producer. He'll appreciate that. You can be Secretary of State. Okay, there we go.
Nobody knows who you're pointing at. But
Right.
anyways, back to you. So you know our weather lady, Gabby.
I do know Gabby. She's currently over there getting ready to do weather. I'm kind of her instructor of sorts. I'm weather producer for KUJH and Good Morning KU. So I'm the one that's setting up the schedules for all of the broadcast people and getting them trained so that they're good to go when they get ready to go on air.
Awesome. Very cool. So what days do you do that?
I actually can't do anything on air during the fall semester, so I just take on more of a behind-the-scenes role, but in the spring is when I actually try to get on camera myself. But since our weather team is so big now, even next semester I might just take more of a behind-the-camera type of role and just work with everybody, last semester here.
Right, yeah, you're a senior.
Unfortunately.
So what's the plan for graduation, after graduation,
Probably cry and mourn my youth, because after that, man, it's all downhill after you turn 22.
Yeah. I haven't felt that.
Well,
I'm 24 and I don't feel that.
Okay, well.
It's just getting better every year.
Well, whatever she's having. I feel like it's not going to. No, it's pretty scary, actually. Looking back on it, there are a lot of things that I wish I could have done differently.
Really?
But I wouldn't trade the experience for anywhere else. I'm glad I came to KU. I'm glad that I know the people that I do know, the events and organizations that I've gotten involved with. I'm happy with what I have done here. It's just kind of hindsight is 2020. So looking back, what would I do differently as a freshman compared to now as a senior? Make things, studying and everything a little bit better.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that at all? Anything you would change specifically?
Just study more. Talk to your professors.
All right. Well, thank you for visiting with us this morning, and we will be back with more.
Good morning, KU. I'm Sammy Shurik here on Friday morning. You might notice we are not in the Good Morning KU studio. I am here at Robinson Natatorium, kind of just to give you guys a look into what we do as a KU swim and dive team. So first off, this is our 25-yard pool. It was built in the 1960s, I believe. So this has been the home to our pool for like 40 years. It's awesome. They're cleaning the pool right now, actually, so that's that thing moving around. There's our diving well, where the divers do their flips and everything. And then to my left is our 25-meter pool, which has 8 lanes, and that was built in the 80s. Fun fact, our pool was actually, I don't remember when, I think it was like the 90s or early 2000s, they were gonna combine the pools to make it one long 50-meter pool. But the director of education here decided that that wasn't going to happen. So we have 2 pools. It's actually really awesome because we can split off into whatever groups. We have tons of space to break off into like sprint group. I'm in distance group, so I'm in that pool a lot. But yeah, that's just a little background. Right now, My friend Erica is shooting from the stands. We have a lot of room if you ever want to come to our swim meets for people to come watch. But so now I'm just going to kind of talk about some awesome things that swimmers use. This is my favorite piece of equipment. These are our fins. I've had just some shoulder injuries in the past, so I use these a lot. They're really great for swimming fast. A lot of times we use them for power work. So fins are the absolute best. Another team favorite that we use is the snorkel, and I'll put it on for everyone to see. You know, essentially you want to have like your cap and goggles on with it, but this is a snorkel. We all have pink and blue ones this year, which is really fun. Okay, another thing, we've been doing a lot of heavy lifting in the fall, so we use foam rollers a lot, just recover those muscles well. Some people use it a lot. I don't use mine as much. I just like to stretch, but this is definitely something that a lot of athletes use. So then typically on a meet day, this is one of my essential keys to success. I have to drink coffee before every swim meet, but you kind of want to have the right balance of like coffee and food, but you don't want to have too much food because you don't want to feel heavy. So I'll usually like make coffee or buy it, and then I'll have like 2 sips of it because I get superstitious. Another thing, KU Athletics blesses us with these awesome protein bars that are really great for fueling up. And yeah, so that's about it. Gotta stay fueled. So next, we will have the news on Good Morning KU. Stay tuned.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Courtney Johnson with your Good Morning KU News Update. A 30-year-old woman was discovered in South Carolina after she was missing since late August. Kayla Brown was heard begging for help through a 30-foot storage container while she was tied up. She claims to have been locked in there for over 2 months. There was no sign of Brown's 32-year-old boyfriend who disappeared in August. One lucky woman hit the jackpot of $43 million in a casino in Queens, Jamaica in late August. Instead of taking home her winnings, she was notified that her machine had malfunctioned. She was denied her big payday and instead was offered a steak dinner. A KCK firefighter was charged with indecent liberties with a child on Wednesday. A protection order was issued for a teenage girl after discovering a firefighter had been involved with her. The firefighter is currently in custody and the KCK Fire Department has been informed. A young boy in a toy car was dodging oncoming traffic in China yesterday before a police officer got him off the road. The boy appeared unaware that he was in a traffic rush hour. Thankfully, the boy made it through the situation unharmed thanks to authority officials. That's going to wrap it up for your news update. Stay tuned for Braidwood Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Bray Ellis here with your Friday Sports Update. After beating Washburn on Tuesday, the men's basketball team is preparing their final tune-up with Emporia State on Sunday. Rebounding was the key focus for KU in practice this week after being out-rebounded by the Ichabobs on Tuesday. Bill Self was not happy with the Jayhawks' performance that night. KU begins regular season play with Indiana on November 11th. In a doubleheader event for Allen Fieldhouse, the women's basketball team also has a final tune-up game Sunday against Washburn. In their previous preseason game, the KU was led by Mackenzie Calvert with 18 points and Jessica Washington, who has nearly had a triple-double tip-off for the women's game at 1 p.m. Kansas football looked to break a 42-game losing streak when they traveled to Morgantown to take West Virginia. KU hasn't won a road game since 2009 and have lost road games in that span by more than 27 points per game. Kickoff with the Mountaineers is at 6 p.m. ESPN2. On to Kansas volleyball. They travel to Norman, Oklahoma tomorrow to take on the Sooners for the second time this season. KU is currently tied for first place in the Big 12 with Texas and are ranked the number 4 team in the nation. First serve with the Sooners is set for 8 p.m. Kansas swim and dive travel to take on the Big 12 foe, Nebraska, tomorrow morning. KU hasn't traveled to Nebraska since 2011, and with the Huskers win left to join the Big 10, the Jayhawks are undefeated on the season in duels and group meals. While the Huskers are also undefeated in 3 dual meets, the competition begins at 2 p.m. Well, that's going to wrap it up for KU Sports. Stay tuned in just for a moment for Gabby's Look at the Weather.
Yeah, I always just clap in this part.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part? It's the most complicated one.
It is. If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go. Just clapping now. No humps. Nailed it.
I practiced this morning. Tomorrow is just 2 people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to do the end.
4.
It's just I don't know the head.
It's hard by yourself.
Hi, and welcome back to Good Morning KU. Right now we have a cooler start to our morning. It's about 51 degrees, slight breeze, not too much to worry about wind-wise. As we go on throughout our day, we still will be above average as compared to earlier in this week. We'll hit about 72 later on for our high, and then continue on warming up to about 73 for the high. Tonight, we will have a chilly night, 46 degrees. Again, wind, nothing to worry about, clear skies, good to go. Tomorrow, warm once again, 71 degrees, partly cloudy. Won't have too much to worry about weather-wise. Rain should be good for the weekend. Warmer as above average. We will be Saturday 71, Sunday 68, and then as we start to look at next week, we will have some chances of rain. But our temperatures will be more fall-like as we will look into 61 degrees and 65 on Tuesday. That is all we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next week.